Market Committee Chair. I don't know what that does. But Market. Holly. Recruiting Committee. ID. And self-elected Jason. Wow, congratulations, everybody. This is your day, it's your birthday, another birthday, okay? We're going to have a launching ceremony of the KWB Youth Corps, and in a minute, the special envoy of President Park Geun-hye of Republic of Korea will come. Now I'm calling him to come up, okay? So, I want to just briefly explain the whole program. First, we're going to salute to the flag, and then we're going to have a moment of silence for the fallen heroes. And then I'm going to introduce Special Envoy Kim Jong-un, okay? Special Envoy of President Park Geun-hye, Kim Jong-un. And then I'll ask you to introduce yourself to him. All right? Okay, so be yourself. Be American, okay? Thank you guys.
Very handsome.
Our launching ceremony for KWB Youth Corps. Let me begin. Before we start, we are gonna salute the flag. Please, all audience, please, all right, rise. We're gonna put our hands on the heart. Salute the flag. 국기에 대한 경례. Thank you. I'm gonna introduce you Leo Robin, who's from KWB.
Could we have a moment of silence, please, for those who did not survive the Korean War? Amen. How many of you young people know what the GAR was? What is the GAR?
GAR?
GAR.
No, sorry. I thought you meant DAR.
It was the Grand Army of the Republic. It was the Northern Army during the American Civil War. In 1938, the Grand Army of the Republic had their last hurrah. Their last meeting, there were 18 men in attendance. They saluted their flags, put out their campfire, folded their colors, and went off into history. And not many people know what you say when you say the GAR, the Grand Army of the Republic. And it's because of you young people that no one will ever be able to say that. Almighty God, we understand that the book of Matthew was started with the genealogy of the God. We understand that the history resides in the mind of the oldest living member. And when they're gone, it depends on the new generation to carry on the legacy of whatever that event was. And we thank you for the presence and the willingness of these young people to take this task so that they never forget the alliance and the friendship between South Korea and the United States of America. And we ask your blessing on all that is done here. For in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, sir. Are you excited? Yeah. Are you excited? you just finished the election to launch your own organization, so this must be your second birthday, the KWB Youth Corps. And this day makes me very special because you are very blessed. You have a very rare chance to have a special envoy of President Park Geun-hye of Republic of Korea. He is here with us to bless your launching of your own organization. So why don't we give him a round of applause. He's with us, his delegation, and I think, as a courtesy, I want you to introduce to the Special Envoy, Kim Jong-hoon. Okay, so would you please rise and just say your name and where you're from and so on. Just very briefly. Go ahead.
Can you start?
Yeah.
My name is Brandon Payne, and I'm from Central Square, New York.
And? Yep.
My name is Andrew Remmons, and I'm from Central Square, New York.
My name is Morgan Kakik, and I'm from New Zealand.
My name is Rich Garza, and I'm from Northwest Indiana.
I am Abia Ariapong from Thailand. My name is Amanda Hayes, and I'm from Kings, Illinois.
My name is Jackie McGrath. I'm from Washington, D.C.
My name is Nicole. I'm from Eugene, Oregon.
My name is Emily Wolf, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Ryan Pollack. I'm from New Hampshire.
Delegation, Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Chung.
Very nice to meet you.
And George, do you want to?
I'm Joe McChristian, and I'm from Florida. I brought with me a friend.
I'm Tom Ferguson, sir, and I'm from Virginia.
Good.
And both of us are also grandchildren of Korean War veterans.
Thank you, sir. I want to introduce new leadership here, President Dane Weber and her cabinet. Please, please rise. And now the special envoy of President Park Geun-hye, Kim Jong-un, will deliver his congratulatory remarks to the launching ceremony of KWB Youth Corps. Please, sir.
Good evening. 반갑습니다. Descendants of Korean War veterans and distinguished guests, I stand here to represent the Korean government as President Park Geun-hye, the special envoy. I must say it gives me tremendous pleasure to see the sons, daughters, and grandchildren of Korean War veterans. On behalf of our government and people, I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to the U.S. veterans and their descendants for shedding their sweat, blood, and tears to defend the freedom and peace in a faraway country. We know that our country, the Republic of Korea, owes so much to you for its prosperity. The freedom, peace, and prosperity our country enjoys today have been built based on your sacrifice made 60 years ago. I have made various efforts to recognize and commemorate the sacrifice and service of your fathers and grandfathers. First of all, I have worked to designate the southern district of Busan, which has the world's only the UN Memorial Cemetery, as the UN Peace Special Zone. This is officially recognized by the UN. At my initiative, the UN Memorial Hall has been built in this zone to pay tribute to the honorable sacrifice made by the veterans. In addition, the National Assembly passed my bill designating July 27th as the Korean War Veterans Day. Starting this year, the Korean people will officially commemorate the noble sacrifice and service of the war veterans. I am also planning to establish a foundation to support the veterans and their descendants in various ways. For example, I will encourage Korean global companies to give a priority to the descendants Korean war veterans when they recruit new employees for their U.S. offices. Going forward, I will give my best effort to recognize the contribution and the sacrifice made by Korean War veterans and make sure our strong bond, first in blood, is sustained and remembered beyond the limit of time and space. Your fathers and grandfathers were heroes of the Korean War. It is truly regrettable that we have less and less Korean War veterans every year. However, their legacy and sacrifice will be remembered forever. Today's ceremony for the descendants of Korean War veterans will be the starting point for future generations. They will remember, pay tribute to, and inherit the honorable legacy made by the Korean War veterans. Once again, I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude for the sacrifice and service of your fathers and grandfathers. I wish you all great health and happiness. God bless you, America, and the alliance between our two great nations. Thank you very much.
That he brought with him to the new leadership of the Korean War Veterans Youth Corps.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Check.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Your father, grandfather?
My great-grandfather.
Ah, great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Present. Thank you very much. Oh, so beautiful. It's present. Very hard to study. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now Now I want to invite the newly elected President Dane Weber, and we want to hear from her how she is going to lead this organization. Please.
This is a very big crowd, and I'm very excited to be standing up here in front of you, and excited for this opportunity to be able to lead this wonderful group of people that we have all met just a few days ago, but I feel like I already know some of you pretty well, and I like all of you. I'm really excited to be able to work with you all, especially my new cabinet, for the rest of this year, planning events and next year's workshop, and increasing the digital memorial as much as we can, as well as trying to teach the next generation about the Korean War, so that we can continue the legacy that our grandfathers, grandmothers, and great-grandparents have started out. For those of you who may not know, the Youth Corps, we are again trying to continue our legacies that our grandparents have fought for. Some have given the ultimate sacrifice, and all have sacrificed. So I think that this organization will be a really great opportunity for us to be able to give back for what our grandfathers gave so much for. I would also like to give some special thanks to Professor Han for putting this all together. I know that we have all had a really wonderful time, and your leadership has been really great, and I really look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
In order to advance this organization even more. So thank you very much. I would also like to thank Beanpot and everyone, all of the other volunteers who have, especially your children and niece and nephew, who have helped us out so much throughout this workshop. Would not have been possible without you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Special Envoy Kim, for your remarks. We really appreciate it. So in the future, I think that in this next year, we've put a lot of ideas on the table, and I really look forward to being able to run with a few of them, especially being able to go home. Our first task for each of us is to go home, get our own grandfather's memories down in digital format. That includes letters, interviews, anything else that we have. It's important for us to actually go home and do that. There are 27 of us here, and that will add to the collection immensely. And I think it'll be a really great opportunity for us to give Professor Han add to his digital collection. So after doing that, our goal is to create a website that will be an addendum to the Digital Memorial website. And we will have stories, so a storyline. This is our working plan right now, is to create a website where there will be a storyline and you can choose kind of a choose your own adventure, similar to the Holocaust Museum. I don't know if anyone has visited it. And you can choose a story and run with it through the entire Korean War. We'll match it up with specific dates that are important to the Korean War, and you'll get the personal element of a story involved. So that will help us to create lesson plans that will help young students learn about the Korean War, which is often overlooked in, especially the United States educational system. And from what I've heard this week, it's overlooked in international education systems as well. So one last task that I personally have a lot of vested interest in. My grandfather is Colonel Bill Weber, and he would have loved to be here right now, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. But he is working to get the Wall of Remembrance built on the Korean War, and I think it's a really important addition to the memorial. And if each one of us goes home and asks our representatives to sponsor the bill, HR 318, we will be able to hopefully get it moved out of Congress and make it become a reality. And other than that, I'm so happy to be in front of you right now, and I can't wait to get started. Thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations and new cabinet. I think we have a few more guests here. Congratulatory remarks. Please.
It's very nice to meet you all. I hope this organization, the Korean War Veterans Youth Corps, will go very well like U.S. Peace Corps. Let me do my speech in Korea so that my interpreter maintain his job. I don't want him to lose his job. 여러분들 그 할아버지들, 여기 보니까 대부분 이제 할아버지 세대입니다. 여러분들 할아버지들이 우리 대한민국을 위하여 정말 좋은 일들을 많이 해주신 것에 대해서 제가 여러분들을 통해서 여러분들 할아버지에게 감사를 드립니다.
First, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, and by thanking all of you, it seems to be the case that your relationship to the Korean War would be through your grandfather's generation, looking at the age gap here. And I would like to thank to your grandparents through you guys of all the good deeds that your grandparents have done for my nation.
여러분들 그 할아버지들이 아니었으면 1950년부터 53년 사이에 있었던 한국전쟁 시에 우리 대한민국은 망했을 것입니다. 그런데 여러분들 그 할아버지들이 정말 대한민국을 위하여 잘 싸워줬기 때문에 우리 대한민국은 생존할 수 있었고 또 오늘날 맨날 남의 도움을 받던 나라에서 이제는 남에게 도움을 줄 수도 있는 그러한 나라로 발전하게 된 것입니다.
If it wasn't for your grandparents, I am quite confident that the Republic of Korea would not have been able to survive the time period between 1950 to 1953. But thanks to the gallant effort of your grandparents, the Republic of Korea was able to survive the outcome of the Korean War, and again was able to transform itself from a donor recipient to a donor nation. It was truly remarkable process.
정말 여러분들의 할아버지들은 정말 그 의미 있는 일을 하셨고 보람 있는 일을 하셨고 바로 그러한 부분들에 대해서 여러분들은 여러분들의 할아버지를 자랑스럽게 생각하고 여러분들의 할아버지를 존경하고 할 충분한 이유, 충분한 가치가 있다고 나는 믿습니다.
Your grandparents truly did a remarkable job, a very proud job, and a very meaningful job in that time period. And I sincerely believe that all of you should be very much proud of all the feats that your grandparents have achieved during this time period.
그런데 그것은 여러분들 할아버지들의 몫이었고 이제는 앞으로 여러분들의 몫이 남아 있을 것이라고 나는 생각합니다.
But all the achievements that your grandparents have done have been able to accomplish was your grandfather's portion of the work. I certainly believe that there is a different portion that the banner needs to be flown by you, by the next generation, which is you guys.
앞으로 여러분들이 이러한 종류의 활동, 또 여러분들의 노력, 이런 것들을 통해서 여러분들의 할아버지 세대보다도 더 훌륭한 그러한 인물들로 잘 성장해 나가기를 바랍니다.
And through these kind of activities and effort, I certainly hope that all of you become even bigger giants in the course of history than the one that your grandparents have become.
Do you know what is the advantage to have interpreter? Sometimes his translation is much better than what I said. 오늘 이렇게 여러분들 발대식에 참여해서 여러분들 얼굴 보게 된 것을 대단히 기쁘게 생각하고 앞으로 이 KWB 유th 코어가 아주 크게 발전하기를 바랍니다.
I'm very glad that I was able to attend this opening ceremony for your organization, and I certainly hope that the KWV Youth Organization becomes an even greater and grander one in times to come.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, General. What do you think? Did he lose his job? Thank you very much. I think we have a few more very special guests here. I want to introduce the director of the Korean War 60, Colonel Clark.
Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the things that's become clear over the last 3 years to me is just how important the Korean War legacy is to this country. And what I've told our veterans, unfortunately, is that if this isn't passed on to the next generation, it's going to go to the grave with them. And that is just too sad, too dire an outcome to let pass. So when Dr. Han first told me about this initiative, I said, you know, this is a wonderful cause because the KW60 initiative ends on the 30th of September. The 60th anniversary of the Korean War will have come, it will have been recognized, and it will pass. And then what will remain? Our Korean War generation, as you all know, are in their 80s, and sadly we're losing them at a terribly astonishing rate each month, with each passing day. So, this chapter in history is too important to be extinguished when the Korean War generation passes. The bravery, the great deeds, their legacy, the Republic of Korea, which is their legacy, must live on, and the only way that will happen is with each and every one of you. To learn more about what happened, about this lost chapter of history. Why is it important? Why does it continue to be important? Why is the ROK-U.S. alliance so important to the United States and to the Republic of Korea? It's very important. If you look at the last 60 years of Northeast Asia, it has been very stable. That's very lucky. Even with a bad actor like Pyongyang in North Korea, for the most part, the region has remained stable. We've had peace and prosperity. All of the economies of Northeast Asia, particularly the Republic of Korea, have prospered and done well. We want to preserve that into the future. And someday, when the time is right, we hope to see the unification of the two Koreas under peaceful, cooperative terms. And that will be the great vision realized. But I want to commend each and every one of you for being involved with this. This is a wonderful initiative. I want to thank Dr. Han for his incredible work on this and for all the panelists here who joined us. Thank you very much.
Clark has been working for the cause of Korean War and Korean War veterans' legacy for how many years?
3 years.
3 years. And he is going to have a big ceremony tomorrow where the special envoy Kim Jong-un will deliver a speech as a counterpartner of the President Obama of the United States. So thank you very much again. And it's not orchestrated, but we have another special guest, our hero, the General Bentley, and his grandson Joe Christian here. So I think we need to hear from him briefly. Please.
Thank you very much. I'll be brief. I brought with me a friend tonight, Tom Ferguson.